Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. We're going to do another unboxing today. Another mystery tackle box unboxing. This is box 998. And it's the lower box. It's the box that's just below the Pro box. But I was walking through Walmart and up here, my local Walmart, so up here in North Dakota, and we got snow lying around, but they still got these boxes running around Walmart. So it's proof that you can go and buy them just about anywhere. I'm not sure if they'll have them in your local Walmart. They should, but pretty much every Walmart I've been in, they've had these boxes, bass boxes, walleye boxes. This is the bass fishing kit, and we're gonna go through this one. I'm kind of curious about it. It's if you've seen my other videos, unboxing videos, this one is also 5-6 items. So we're probably only gonna get 4 baits and then a decal. So now I know what to expect. And hopefully you guys know what to expect as well if you buy these boxes. But yeah, I haven't really. I'm not sure if I've done one of these in a while. It might have been a couple of years actually, because I picked these up before, and I was, I thought they were pretty decent. I didn't think it was like an all-star box. But we're gonna dig into this one and check it out and see what this one has to offer. As always, the box is on the box, but they gotta be able to put these in there, and then you don't have to cut it open right here. But put this open here, get after it. Okay, here we go. Here, start off right from the top, and so far I'm liking it. Just from one lure, it's kind of silly, but we got a jig. Right there. This is my jam. I love jigs, especially this is a 3/8 ounce. Oh, that was hard to read. Okay, 3/8 ounce bruiser is the color. Bruiser jig, bruiser color, and it's an all-purpose jig. So to me, I'm gonna swim this, and I'm gonna throw this pretty much anywhere. I love the color. Hard to see. Maybe I can take it out for you guys. It's kind of okay. So yeah, I really do kind of like this color. It's gonna wonder if I'm gonna be able to do it justice on my camera here. It's a black with some purple and brown on the skirt. A little bit of brown, brownish. Yeah, a little bit of brown and some purple and black. It's almost to me it kind of almost reminds me of like a PB&J color. Got a pretty good stout hook on there. Nice weed guard here. Yeah, this is a pretty good little. I could actually really see this. So from the bottom, I could really throw and skip this jig up really well. I mean, I'm not a very good skipper, but I could see this being a really good skipping jig up around docks. That's actually probably one of the places I would throw it. If I had docks nearby, yeah, I'd probably grab this jig. But obviously I'm going to throw this in around every weed cover that I find. I'm going to put on some heavy line since it's got a good stout hook, and give it a whirl. I mean, put on a cross style bait on there, or you could throw on a little swim bait. Throw on like maybe a black and blue swim bait, or just if you have a pure black swim bait, or go green pumpkin. Put a green pumpkin swim bait on there, change the color a little bit, and just swim through the water column. This jig, it looks like it's going to be pretty versatile and will work for just about anywhere, honestly. So I like that. I like seeing that in the box. I love jigs, plastics. Looks like we might have some plastics in there. We'll get to that in a minute. But good start for this box already. I already like it. Next bait, we got the Jinko. It's a square bill CD2. Color is bluegill. Yeah, sorry, looking at the color. Color is bluegill. Square bill. I like square bills. This color, for me, it's going to work out really well in my area. Got a lot of bluegills and sunfish and perch. Excuse me, in my area, and bluegills get eaten a lot up here by largemouth bass. So this is going to be a really good bait to throw. And the square bill, I like to throw it, honestly, I don't like to follow the rule book with square bills. I will throw it anywhere, you know, as long as you're just careful around the cover that you're throwing it. You know, docks, in and out of weeds. You just gotta be careful of the weeds. You know, you don't want them too thick, because obviously the treble hooks are gonna get hung up, and you're gonna get hung up, and you could possibly lose your lure. But I do like to throw this down points, and obviously it's a square bill, so obviously around rocks, let it bounce off the rocks there. And the hooks look to be pretty good. I kind of would rather see maybe a light next size up hooks. We don't want to go up too big on the hook size, because then you don't want them linking together and hooking each other. I've done that by mistake once before, and it's frustrating. So you gotta be careful with that. But I would probably try to upgrade the hooks a little bit to make them a little bit bigger. Other than that, the hooks do actually look pretty decent. And this bait looks like it'll get, you know, a lot of good bites. But I do like to fish these around weed edges too. I've caught a lot of fish on the previous video fishing a square bill around weed edges, so it works and it gets bit. Okay, next thing out of the box is the Headbanger Banger Lizard. It's the 4-inch watermelon red flake lizard. There's one right here. Took one out of there. Pretty cool little bait there. Headbanger makes kind of like a wobble head too that you can swim. It's kind of cupped, so it makes it very erratic. It's very unpredictable. And what I like to do is I like to pair that head up with this bait. And I think it's called like the banger head or something like that. I can't remember what it's called, but it's just kind of like a wobble head. But anyways, I like to pair these up with that head and swim through the water column, give the fish a little bit something a little bit different to go after, and something a little bit different to eat. And sometimes it just gets that bite, that that different bite. Sometimes that key bite that you need for the day. Baits, I mean, they're pretty good baits. I've used them, and you know, you don't have to use it just for that either. What you can do is you can trim these off, or you can leave them on. But then I would trim off like the tail a little bit, and put it trim it almost all the way off, and you can use it as like a beaver style bait, like a finesse style beaver style bait, and flip it, pitch it, punch it, whatever you want to do. And the cool thing about that, the reason why I think about that is because since this is a 4-inch bait, you can put it on a 4-aught hook, and it won't be too close to the end here, and it's still compact enough to where it's a smaller bait. So if the fish picks it up, and say for example it's a bedding fish or something, and you're pitching in there, there's all short legs for that fish to grab onto, so they are more than likely to grab that hook rather than those legs. That's one thing I do like to do with these as well. Or you can do it with any other bait, I guess, but these already have the legs that are a little bit shorter. I just trim up that tail, get that tail off of there, and pitch it in there. So it's also a good bait here out of the box that I like. And well, let's go with these here. So we got Eagle Claw laser sharp. They're wide gap worm hooks. Size, they're the 4-aught size, and get 3 of them in there. So I was looking at it, I was trying to see, you know, what kind of if they're heavy duty or not. These aren't heavy duty hooks, so you're not going to want to put them on heavy line and throw them in heavy cover, but you can still get these in and out of, like, say, around docks and stuff like that, and the good pairing, you know, 4-aught, like I was saying, 4-aught with a bait like this. So you know, throw it in weightless around the docks, and you're gonna get hammered. There's also a couple other baits well, not a couple. There's one other bait, but yeah. So this is I mean, it's wide gap hook, Hook'em Texas rig. Eagle Claw has sharp hooks. They're reliable hooks. So I mean, there's it's a good addition to this box. All right, next bait out of the box is Japanese design bait, and it's called the Jocko Shaker Super Floating Swim Bait. And I'm trying to find the color here. I'm not sure of the color, but I do like the color. It's like a dull red. There we go. You can see a little bit better there. I like a dull red color. You know, and so the cool thing about this is it's a floating soft plastic. So this would actually excel pretty well on the and also, you know, I don't know if I said it. The brand name is Lucky John, but they call it the Jocko Shaker. So it's 3.5 inch. You get 4 in there, but it's a super floating. And so what's key about that? Well, I would throw that on like a rugby style head that's you know, that's rotating, you know, and that moves like that. I would do something like that, because then when that's sitting on the bottom, when it's sitting on the bottom, then that bait is floating up, and it looks like the bait is eating stuff off the bottom and has its back turned to the fish. It makes it easier for the fish to go and take that bait. And plus you can swim it anywhere else. But the other really good rigging method for that is a Carolina rig. So you're gonna have your weight, you know, whatever, 18, 24 inches up the line. Some guys have it further up than that. It all depends on where you're fishing. So sometimes I like to go just 24 inches minimum, but you'll have your weights here, and then you have a hook here, and that bait's gonna float. Since it floats, it'll hover up off the bottom there as you're dragging it across the bottom, and it'll keep that in the fish's strike zone a lot longer. So that's also another good rigging method. And plus, on top of that, and one that I would probably throw it on almost any day, is a jig head. Very, very reliable way to fish these styles baits, these swim baits, is on a jig head. So if you're unsure, put on a jig head and just go from there. But this looks like a really good solid bait. Haven't fished them before. I have no experience with these, but I'm actually curious to try it out. So we'll try it out this summer. Okay, so next thing in here is the decal from Ketchco. And that's it. That's it for the box. So in this one, we actually got 2, 3, 4, 5. We got 5 baits, and, you know, fishing, you know, tackle. 5 different pieces of fishing tackle. Okay, I'll just say that. And then the decal. So technically we got 6 items in here, and it did say 5 to 6. So I feel like this box was a little bit better than that one walleye box that I did. Of the same grade, you know, but I don't know. So like I said before, it's gonna vary. The boxes are gonna vary a little bit, you know, from box to box. Like I said, you know, box to box of what you're gonna get in there. And this one happened to have 5 actual fishing tackle pieces of fishing tackle, and then that decal instead of 4. But you know, and this one, I really enjoyed this one because a couple of the baits, obviously the jig was huge for me. I love jigs, and then the swim bait, and then, you know, of course the square. I really did like this box. I mean, this is, to me, this is a good box. I feel like a good box for the value, and I feel like this one's worth it. But that's it for that box. I think these lower boxes are like, I don't know, like, can't remember what they were, $18 to $22 or something like that, and it says $25 or more value. So I mean, pretty decent box actually. And yeah, I know there's, you know, you can always just go out and buy the lures yourself if you want, but for me, it's fun. Just kind of, it's called mystery tackle box. I like the mystery of getting this stuff in there. Plus, sometimes you might get some stuff in here that you wouldn't buy in the store. It's like, well, now I got it. Maybe I should just try it out and see. And you might run into something special when you're doing that. So that's the other thing, the reason why I do like these boxes. But just, you know, be aware that you might get some things in there you really don't care much for, and that's okay. Just expect that, because it's a mystery tackle box, and, you know, not everybody's going to want the same stuff in there, and it's hard for them to create like extremely amazing boxes every time. You know, for everybody, because I'm going to like something different, you know, than you would, or vice versa, or than this person or this person. So I think I feel like this is a good box. I think this is a good box for me, but someone else might not like it. That's what I'm saying. So take it with a grain of salt with, you know, the box, you know, the various types of boxes that are out there. But, you know, I feel like this is a pretty good one, and I'm happy with it, you know, for the value and for what was in it. So, guys, thanks again for watching this one. I really appreciate each and every one of you. If you haven't already, please subscribe to the channel, and we'll catch you next video.